So in literal terms, Groundhogg is a free and self-hosted open source CRM marketing automation alternative for those who simply cannot afford or don't want to pay literally hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month to software as a service companies. Thinking a bit more philosophically, Groundhogg is the missing link for WordPress users that will allow them to manage their entire business inside of WordPress without having the need for expensive outside third-party software. Currently, WordPress has e-commerce plugins, landing page plugins, invoicing plugins, payment plugins, directory plugins, and so much more that add a lot of business management functionality to WordPress. But what's been missing so far is a robust, extendable CRM and email marketing plugin. So we have stepped up the plate in order to be able to tie all of those business management entities into one cohesive platform. So I used to work in a digital marketing agency, and I was responsible for mainly setting up the automation, the techie stuff that nobody really else kind of conceptually understood. And the fact that I was the only one in this agency who to a high level could conceptually understand what was going on was probably an indication that of the software we were using was a little bit more complicated than many business owners have time to take the time to understand. I spent a lot of time in the Facebook user groups for the CRMs and the marketing automation software that we were using, and oftentimes they were not very happy places to be. The less technologically experienced users of those platforms would often ask for help because they were frustrated with not being able to accomplish what in their mind should have been a very simple task. And they had to turn to those Facebook groups to crowdsource the answers that they were looking for because the support teams for the companies of which they were paying fairly large sums of money to were just either not answering or couldn't provide a solution that solved their issue. Oftentimes those Facebook groups or the communities of these people, wherever they happen to hang out, were not always happy places to be for not only the reason I just highlighted, but bugs weren't being fixed fast enough, feature releases were slow, features have just been totally abandoned and kind of left by the wayside, although they were mission critical to many, many people. A lot of people, hardworking and loyal business owners, felt like they were being totally ignored by the companies they were paying significant amounts of money to solve their problems. And every time I saw an ignored complaint, I just thought to myself, well, I could fix that, or I could improve on that, or I could make that process easier. So I started drafting up some architecture to build WordPress's first marketing automation and CRM plugin with the aim to drastically simplify the setup process for small business. It's really not, and in many ways it actually makes a lot of sense. Unlike our software as a service counterparts, we do not have ranks of sales agents, support agents, and IT developers simply because we do not need them. Because we are built on top of WordPress and because we are open source and we have a massive community surrounding us, we are able to keep the team small, keep costs low, and even though we don't have that many developers, because we are built on top of a platform that is already very, very well developed, we can quickly create features and release bug fixes and all of those things. So because we can keep costs low, we can provide this frankly stellar free product, as well as keep the extensions that we do sell in order to support our developers and the support agents that we have, we can keep the cost for those nominal as well. Our intention in the long term is to truly democratize email marketing and CRM, much how like WordPress has done for websites and WooCommerce has done for e-commerce. We are going to do the same for email marketing and CRM. We are setting a new standard of what a company should be or how a company should act towards their users. We are going to be quicker in providing awesome releases. We're going to be quicker in providing support. We're going to be quicker in all of the categories that matter most to the end user. And we truly believe that by providing this open source and free software to anybody in the world to use for good or for evil, that when the public owns our product, and not just us, everybody wins.